Welcome to Day 7 of Pewaukee Area Arts Council Extraordinary Women Celebration. We are on a beautifully decorated fall front porch, courtesy of Shelley, who's going to be talking to us in a few minutes, sharing us the story of the Suffragettes, who are the ones that are the reason we're having this whole event celebrating extraordinary women. So we'll be going inside shortly to hear her share the stories with her adorable grandchildren. But before we do that, I wanted to remind you of why we're doing this. It's part of Pewaukee Area Arts Council's annual fundraiser to support quality art experiences in the Waukesha County area. So we are glad you're celebrating with us. We hope you will check out our raffle and silent auction, which closed today at noon. So it closes in a little less than an hour. So we're hoping you're checking it out and being involved, because we'd love to have your support. And I've got to tell you, there are incredibly great packages that were gathered by creative people, and last I checked, a good number of them are still available at quite a value price. So I hope you'll check it out and get in on this wonderful opportunity. And I also hope you will help us in celebrating the extraordinary women in our world. In a moment, we're going to be hearing about the suffragettes who left a lasting impact. Yesterday, we heard about some other extraordinary women who left a lasting impact. And the early part of this week, we were celebrating some wonderful women from our community, Elaine Croning, Ruth Harkin, Helen Ackley, who are even now making a wonderful difference. And we encourage you to think about the extraordinary women in your world and celebrate them as well. So we're going to move inside now and hear some wonderful stories. So I'll see you shortly.
Well, hello. We're here coloring wonderful pages that were made by some women in the Pewaukee Area Arts Council about depicting women's suffrage movement. And we're celebrating the 100th year celebration of the right to vote for women. And when I was refreshing my mind about the story, I came across Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cran Stanton and their story of how they became friends and fought together and educated women and men across the country on women's right to vote. And what struck me the most is the difference of their backgrounds. Susan B. Anthony came from a Quaker family. She was familiar with equality amongst men and women, because that was their belief system. And then Elizabeth Stanton, she came from a family of wealth. So two very diverse women came together with the same purpose in mind, to fight for women's right to vote. And it took 140 some years of educating and before the 19th Amendment was passed, and that's an awesome thing that happened for our country. And it was just thinking about the things that they had to sacrifice. When a woman married a man, they gave up all of their wealth, if they had any, all their possessions, and they became the husband's property almost. And these women sacrificed their families, their homes. They were imprisoned for fighting for the right to vote. And we get to celebrate that as women with this upcoming election, just to vote. Evelyn, do you know what it means to vote?
It means that whoever has the most wins.
Excellent. That's very good. That's an easy explanation.
I learned that from Xavier Riddle and the Savior Museum, obviously.
Well, basically. That's good. Well, thank you for sharing that. So it takes time and energy and patience and hard work to get change happening in this country. But change for the betterment of women was awesome, and people became friends because of it. Lots of different backgrounds, lots of different stories to be told, but just so important that we use our voices and fight for the things that are important to us. And you can see, like throughout some of these photos, as Evelyn keeps coloring them for us, the stories that they depict, these women becoming friends and just marching with their wagons and on foot to make a difference for the lives of women with the right to vote.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hold on, don't go away.
So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of that wonderful story. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 for our final celebration. Don't forget to check PewaukeeArts.org for a link to our raffle and silent auction that closed just very shortly. And while you're there, check out the download for the coloring pages so you too can color and remember the story. So thank you for being part of it. We'll see you tomorrow.